Hi, I'm Theo, and these broadcasts are to support the blogs on NoMoreSea.com's website as well as the online classes. Welcome back. In this episode, we talk about how to get Logos. It might seem odd, but we're finally here in step 5 to actually getting Logos. So this is amazing. You might wonder, wow, so many videos, so much time. And as we mentioned in a previous video, I think it exudes itself to think that it's like building a house and then furnishing the house. And then you're finally ready to move in. So that's how we described it. That we spent so much time getting all these free resources because now that we've got them all, we can begin to use them. And so you got to get Logos itself. So if you have not taken the plunge through all these videos, step 5 is getting Logos. It may seem odd, maybe this should have been step 1, but without doing the previous 4 steps, and even step 4 has multiple parts, at least 6, and some of those parts in step 4 are quite lengthy, so it's like going down a rabbit hole, but this is a comprehensive way to study. So I'm trying to show you, we're answering the question that one of my students and many have afterwards have expressed. How do we get where you are? How do we get the information that you got? How do we, teach classes online to our students? And how do we, take classes online as a student? And what, we don't have the resources to properly study. Well, I'm answering all those questions. So, this is how I got to where I'm at, so that you can also do, and then you can join me in future videos when we get back to producing content. You can join me. So I'm answering all the questions that I've gotten so far. How to get Logos, and how to get free resources, and how to study online. So I'm trying to do all that, and then intermittently I hope to throw in content again. But here we are at logos.com, and step number 5, as simple as it may be, is just simply clicking this button right here in the middle that's highlighted in blue, download Logos. Now, let me explain this. If you have your own computer, then you can do this. So you're going to want to download Logos Bible software, and once you hit that button and download, then it's obviously going to download a program then onto your device, and through that device then you're going to want to sign in, and you're going to want to install Logos. So it's going to ask you to sign in, and once you sign in, so that's step number 1 you need, and then it's going to download all the resources that you have. So clicking this is going to give you an executable file, and depending on whether you're fortunate enough to have a Mac, you can download the Mac version. There is presently no plans whatsoever for there to be a Linux program, so that's debated in the forums, but there's no plan for that. And you can download the Windows app and run that program, and it will download a executable file that you will use to install Logos Bible software on your app. Now, if you want to go to verbum.com, you can download Verbum, and it's very similar, as we discussed in a previous video, and do the same thing, and it'll install on your Mac, your Apple device, or it will install on your Windows device, and that will give you Logos on your device. And what's exciting about this is you get the full-blown experience of the device. And some people have complained that Logos is more Windows minded because it's designed by people who used to work for Microsoft. So The Mac version is not as necessarily as Macish as some people want, but they're going to be very close so that you won't get lost. If you know how to run Logos, you won't get lost so much between the two devices. And it downloads all of your resources and then keeps them in sync from the cloud, from the servers, so that you always have access to these files. And so if you have a laptop and you don't have internet and you don't have electricity, but you have battery, you can use Logos and it can, work for as long as that battery has power. You can work. And if you don't have internet, which is a common problem for my students in the remote areas where they're at. If you don't have internet, but you are managed to able to keep your device charged, you have access to all of your resources because they're all downloaded. So you just click on this button and download the executable file, whether you're going to be using Mac, an Apple product, or whether you're going to use a Windows-based product. There is no Linux. So, and then I think, maybe Mac obviously has a way that you can use Windows, but you wouldn't need to. You just use the Mac. So that's for those who are able to have the opportunity to download and use. And that's the best experience you're going to have. Okay, this is what Logos is designed for and designed to do. It's designed to be downloaded in all the resources that you have. So all those steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all those parts to step forward. And if you get over 2,000 resources, they're all can be downloaded onto your device. And then you're able to have the full-blown Logos experience that you can having that. But not everyone has a device, obviously. Not everyone is able to have a device. So you can select the second option here and use online. And it goes to a simple link. It's just app.logos.com. And here you are. You have, Logos. And I showed you that in step 4. I showed you what it looks like in step 4. So you can then, now that you've done steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, excuse me, this is step 5, and you've logged in, you got Logos. So here you go. This is the home page, and you design the home page however you want to, but this is the home page, and it feeds you all the information of resources and ways to avail yourself of future resources of Faithlife services and how you can implement those into your life. And it's kind of like a newsletter or a newspaper, and it's just a daily feed. And as you scroll down, the feed is older and it has older information, and so the newer items will be up top, and you can set that up. But this requires you can do this on any computer. And all you have to do is go to app.logos.com and then sign in with your credentials, your Faithlife account. And you can use a cyber cafe, the church, the school's computer, anyone, the neighbors, you have family members, anyone that has a computer. And obviously you're probably going to want to be secure about it, sign out when you're done so no one else can access your account. But this is for anyone who does not have. Now, Logos was not designed specifically for this, so there are some things that do not work here that work on Logos. You do need a computer, and if it's a laptop, you're going to need internet. So the laptop can run on the internet for a while, but usually to have the internet on a laptop, you still need electricity. So if there's no electricity, this is not necessarily going to work very long because you still need an internet connection. Okay, you still need an internet connection because none of the resources are downloaded. They're all on the internet. You are simply using a web browser to access the internet and the servers at Faithlife to use Logos off the server. The cool thing about it is all steps 1, 2, 3, 4 are free, and now step 5 is free. As long as you have access to the internet and you have access to a browser. So, you don't have to worry about Linux. You don't have to worry about Windows or Mac. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. The only thing is you have to have a good, solid internet connection, because all those 2,000 plus resources are on the server, and you're getting it through the browser, and it's searching the browser through the browser, Faithlife's servers of your account. And so you won't have full functionality, but this is one way that this is free, as long as you can access a device that has internet and you have a browser. Now, maybe you have a phone. Well, hop on over to the Google Play Store, and remember, we talked about this previous video, how Faithlife has all these wonderful apps that you can look at, and you can click on the Logos Bible app to get the full experience. Okay, now there's these other apps that give you a little bit less, like the Faithlife Study Bible or whatever, that you can check out, or the Faithlife eBooks reader, kind of like a Kindle. Those are a little bit limited, but they'll still give you access to your library. But the full experience for Logos is their Bible app, and just click on the Logos Bible app in the Google Play Store and install that on your device. And this will work on phones, obviously mobile phones, and tablets. Now, the mobile app is going to be, the Android app is going to be a bit different than the Windows or the Apple version. So if you have an Apple device, an Apple tablet, or an Android tablet, okay, and I know Windows 11 is going to run Android apps, you can run this, but you won't get the full experience, because this is designed specifically for mobile devices. So it's, tablet based or phone based. Okay, so you can have access to those 2,000 somewhat items. Okay, you can have access with them on your phone, all right, or your tablet. So if you have a device, mobile device, you can use the app. You cannot use unless your device can run full-blown Windows 11, you cannot have the full-blown app. And as far as I know, with Apple products, which I don't use, but if you happen to have one of those, I don't think that if you have a tablet that it's going to run the Apple main program, the Mac one. It's going to run their App Store app. And so it's still going to be a bit limited in what it can do. The other thing about the mobile app is you have to individually choose to download which resources you want. And you have to individually download those, because a mobile is not going to have all the resources. Now, when you download the main program, you can obviously choose which resources to keep on your device and which not to, based on, if you have less storage space. So you can reduce the size of your library on a laptop or a desktop computer. But primarily, you're going to have everything downloaded. And even at the beginning, when you click the download button, so we go back to logos.com, okay, we go back to logos.com, and when you click that download button, that blue highlighted icon in the middle, and you download the program, it's going to ask you if you want to download all of your resources, everything, or you can just get the basics. So depending on your internet connection and depending on the storage space you have, and you'll be limited. Same thing with your Bible app in a sense. It's kind of halfway in between a computer, laptop or desktop computer, and the web app, because your mobile phone or your tablet, if it can access the internet, it will access those items and it'll search off of the servers that Faithlife has. And you can use that. But if there's no internet, you're not going to have access to those. But all of these new phones coming out nowadays have such huge storage. I mean, huge storage. And you can buy an SD card or a mini SD card or micro SD card, and you can figure out how to install that and put it all on there. Then you can have it downloaded on your phone or that chip. And if it's on that micro SD card, you can maybe move that micro SD card to another phone, and you could sign in that app and tell it that your stuff is on that chip, and you can have it on a micro SD card. And then you won't need necessarily the internet or to pay for the bandwidth, because to download these resources, you're going to have the bandwidth, which means you're going to have to download the data. So on a laptop computer or desktop computer, it's a one-time download, and then as they update any individual item, or as they update programs, you get periodically updated things that will automatically download, and you can download those and have them on your computer. And unless you get a different device or you have to reinstall your system software for whatever reason, the data is there, so you don't have to worry about it. And if you got a computer that works, you don't need internet at that point. Okay, so the mobile app. So these are the three main ways to experience Logos, either through a web browser, to the main program that you download on your computer, or through downloading the mobile app on your mobile device, tablet or phone. And then inside that app, you can choose in the library items, and you can go to them and click on them and download them. And that's the three ways to get Logos. Thank you very much, and God bless you for listening. Stay tuned for more episodes in videos to help you with your journey from nomoresea.com.